Call of Duty has hit a point in their life cycle where things just maybe aren't as fun anymore, and whether it's because of the cheaters, lack of fresh content, or core modes such as solo being taken out of the game, or maybe you're just sick and tired of playing Rebirth with no map rotation in sight, the lack of LTMs, whatever it may be, guys, I have 5 games that I'm going to try out today that are going to scratch the cottage, or at least attempt to. Let's see if these games are good enough to replace Call of Duty. Coming in first is Splitgate 2. Now, this is a brand new game that they have just dropped. It is free to play, and there is an arena play here, so I think that's what we're going to focus on first. It has modes such as TDM, Domination, Capture the Flag, and Split Ball. Now, you might start playing this game and think, hey, this feels a lot like Halo, and it kind of does. There are jetpacks, but the one big twist in this game are the portals. Now, the portals offer a brand new gaming experience, something unique that you won't find in any other game. The guns are fairly simple. The customization is pretty basic, nothing too crazy. It is tied together with their operators. There's 3 factions that you can choose from here, with each faction having their own special ability and their own set of perks as well that you can choose. It's yet to be seen if they're going to add any more factions, but right off the bat, this is something that I think a lot of people can get into. With it being a new game, the movement in this game is by far some of the fastest and the smoothest that I like. With that being said, though, the skill gap is going to be pretty high in this game, so you might want to get ready to sweat. It is fairly new, though, so if you're jumping in now, it's probably the best time so you can kind of catch that wave, and you won't get too far left behind. Pivoting over to their Battle Royale, it does come with a twist. It's definitely unique. It has 4 different maps that you could drop onto, and the circle kind of closes in from different sections. As you portal from world to world with a fast-paced movement, the circle starts closing a lot quicker. These games aren't as long as your typical Warzone match, but I think a lot of Rebirth players and a lot of people who like that fast engagement and getting in and out of games quickly will really enjoy this one. It's definitely refreshing, but as of right now, you can only play quad, so you might want to grab a couple of friends in order to play this one, because it will get sweaty. If you're trying to play alone, it might get a little intense. As far as my rating on this one gets an A for me. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely fresh. It's different. It's not exactly Call of Duty. I think that has a lot of Call of Duty elements in it, but right now, I think that the skill gap might be a little too high if you're just trying to have fun and play with your friends. Next up on the list is Siege X. Now, I know Siege has been out for about 10 years, but they did just release Siege X, which is a free version of the game, which allows you to play quick match, unranked, and their new game mode, Dual Front, which is a 6v6 game mode. The big thing about Siege X is it just released free to play, and it's going to bring a whole lot different player base to the game. So if you've never played Siege before, I think now is the perfect time to get back into it and get introduced, as all these new players are doing so as well. As I touched on before, they only have a couple of modes right now, the quick match and then the 6v6 dual front. I didn't play dual front yet, but I did play their quick match, and it is a very slow tactical shooter. If you like those mil-sim really tactical shooters, I think this is perfect for you. I didn't try the 6v6 game mode, but I definitely think that'll give you more of that COD itch that you're looking for. There are a bunch of operators in this game. It was overwhelming. I don't know exactly how you unlock all of them. I don't know exactly how much time you have to put into the game in order to unlock it, but there's an attacker and a defender side. It was a little much. As far as the entry level, I know that certain guns can only be used with certain operators. I don't know if that changes the more you level up, but the gun customization was fairly well. It's definitely a lot less than Call of Duty, but I think it makes it fairly simple to use. Very easy. It's not overwhelming. So I think if you're just getting into the game, it's perfect for something like that. I think it's perfect for somebody who's getting right into the game. The movement is a little bit slow. The gunplay is a little bit different than Call of Duty. You're definitely going to want to find some good settings videos. I get the feeling that this is a little bit more for mouse and key players, but Siege X doesn't really offer too much more. If you do want to play their ranked mode, you are going to actually have to spend some money on the game. But overall, it's a fun game. I don't know if it exactly hits the itch for me that I'm looking for when I'm trying to find that COD dopamine, but the look and the feel of the game is very nice. I would give this one a C, just for the lack of game modes, the slower pace. It only seems to cater to one style of gamer, but that's okay. I'm sure there are plenty of you that are going to want to try this game and give it a go. Alrighty, moving on to number 3 on the list is Apex. Now, this is a typical BR RNG game mode. It is free to play, and it has been since it first came out, which is a huge plus. They do offer other game modes such as Mixtape, which is a 6v6 or a 9v9. The game modes consist of team deathmatch, gun run and control. They do bring arenas 3v3 as a limited time mode every once in a while as well. But for the purposes of this being a mainly battle royale game, that's exactly what we're going to focus on. Now, there are a lot of characters that you can have in Apex Legends, but you only start off with 6. You can unlock additional legends by using legend tokens earned through gameplay or by purchasing them with Apex coins. So a lot of grinding here unless you want to spend money. Obviously, each legend will have their own special ability that they can use in the game, which gives you a strategic advantage while you're playing within the game. And just like Warzone has their own loadout metas, I'm sure you will find out very quickly what the Apex Legend meta is. Now, moving on to the guns, they are fun, they're easy to use, but there's a lot of different variants. There's a lot of customization that goes into it. It's your typical OG BR loot system, a lot of RNG going into it. You might not always get the best variant of your gun in a certain match, which makes it kind of difficult on which way you're going to pivot and which loadout or guns you're going to use in each game. The movement in the game feels smooth. Takes a while to get used to, though. I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling a little bit. It feels a little bit slower, but I know that there is a bigger skill gap here in this game than there is in Call of Duty. So I know that there's definitely a lot of plays to be made, but just off the initial games that I was playing, it felt really good. With that being said, there are a lot of sweaty players on this game still. The people who are playing this game have not gotten off since its release. So unlike the 2 prior games, which just had major updates, I played a few games and I'm not gonna lie, there were a lot of sweats out there. But if you're up for the challenge, this game still looks and feels really well. I do like Apex. I used to play Apex quite a bit back in the day. I haven't touched on it in probably 10 seasons though. It was a good time getting back into it. I'm gonna give it a B just because it didn't feel like a whole lot has changed. It felt like almost the same game that I was playing when I had originally left. It is still a lot of fun, a really good BR to play. So if you like BRs, this is definitely the one to get into. Moving on to number 4, we are going to be playing the finals. Now, this is a free-to-play game. For starters, the game modes are pretty easy. They consist of cash out, terminal, attack, power shift, and TDM. This is a fresh new take on FPS I haven't really seen. These game modes are different than your typical Call of Duty or arena shooter FPS. This is a fresh new take on it. I liked it a lot. There are 3 different play styles or classes that you can use in here. There's light, medium, and heavy, sounding exactly as you think, going from fast or agile, or if you want to move over to a tank. There's an array of guns to choose from along with different gadgets that come with each class personally to create a unique gaming experience for each class. The movement on this game is fun. It doesn't feel too crazy. It's not too fast or sped up. But the one thing that I think really stands out are these gadgets that go along with the destructibility of the entire map. The maps themselves look amazing. They are the real standout of this game. For your typical FPS, this game shakes things up a lot, whether it's the 3v3 modes that they have going on or it's just the map destructibility. This game is running on Unreal Engine 5 and it looks incredible. Finals are doing everything right. If you're trying to find a game that's new and different and innovative, this is the game you definitely need to be trying right now. This game for me is an A. It is amazing. It is a lot of fun. You could waste so much time. There's a lot of replayability on it. There's even ranked mode. Didn't feel like this game was too sweaty just jumping into it. It felt like it was easy playable. Felt like there was some casual experience in there. But I know just by looking and seeing the gameplay around here that this game can get really sweaty if you're trying to play ranked. It's definitely going to be a game you can grind and have fun with the boys. Alrighty, last but not least, we are going to Delta Force. It is another free-to-play game. It has a couple game modes such as Warfare, which is a big map PvP, or you can play Operations, which is an extraction mode such as Tarkov. The maps are absolutely ginormous. I only played Warfare, but it has 5 maps for Warfare and 4 maps for Operations. No controller support for Operations, so that is the reason why I stuck to playing Warfare, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of time to play in this. I think each map was about 30 or so minutes, so there's a long time and a lot of map to go through. But for Operations coming soon, there is going to be controller support. So I think that if you're going to get into the game and you're going to want to try the game fully, I think now is a perfect time. Before they start giving more support to controller, I think that getting into Warfare and figuring out how the game works, filling out controls and all that setup is super important because they are going to drop this game on console pretty soon. I know that there's a lot of tests being done right now, and that will definitely put the player base up. you're going to see a whole new player base coming into this game. So you might as well get ahead of it before it starts. It doesn't get much newer than this. It's a fairly new game with a lot of new support coming to it. It looks like they're going to be doing a lot more coming down the road. In the game, there are 4 operator classes: Assault, Support, Engineer, Recon. It gives me a very Battlefield-esque feel. And then there are 9 different operators that fall within that class that you can unlock by just grinding the game or free in the battle pass. This game looks very Milsim, but there are some definite advanced movement that the operators have and just some tech that just kind of takes it up another notch. Moving on to the guns, they feel and look amazing. This is definitely one of my favorite part about this game. But one thing about the guns though is the customization is out of this world. It was a lot going on. This game just looks and feels amazing. It takes it to another level of gaming. Another game running on Unreal Engine, of course. The movement, the look, this game feels like Call of Duty and Battlefield had a baby, and it makes this game feel top tier. This game is just getting started, and I can only imagine what they're going to do from here. If this game had a BR, I would be all over that. I already know it would be amazing. With a lot coming in Delta Force, this is by far my favorite game that I played, and for that reason, I'm giving it an S tier. Alright guys, so there you go. So we played 5 different games that I think can pull me away from Call of Duty. The games that stood out to me most, and that I think I will actually keep installed and keep playing throughout the summer right now, is probably going to be Splitgate 2. The game just feels fresh, it feels new, it feels like something I'm going to play a lot of, especially with there being an arena and a BR. It's something that I could keep switching to, having fun. They also do have like a sandbox mode that I didn't touch upon earlier in the video, but that was a lot of fun too. There's a lot of different unique game modes that you can get into, you can play, you can have fun with your friends. They have a Nuketown map on there as well that you can just 1v1 your friends on. It is a lot of different things that Splitgate is doing right in the FPS. I know there's a lot of controversy with the CEO and stuff like that, but I think at the heart of it, the creators and developers of that game, they really care a lot about making this game good. There's a lot still more down the line that they're bringing in as far as like camos and grinding for mastery camos, as well as a ranked mode. So when those come out, we'll definitely be playing that, and I'll be interested to see what those look like as well. I think the next one that I might actually try a lot as well is going to be Delta Force. Delta Force just felt so good. I mean, I can only imagine when they get a true controller support and when it gets on console, how much smoother that game is going to play. It already looks and feels amazing. So I hope that the console support doesn't take away from that, because that was one of the biggest parts of me playing that I like so much, is the immersion that I felt. It felt back like Battlefield 1 again, where you're taking over sectors of the huge map and it's 30 minutes. You're immersed into it. There's so much going on. There's so much to do that it was a lot of fun to play. I'm not too sold on all the other ones. I know I did give Finals an A, and I gave it an A because for a 6v6 or a 3v3 kind of shooter, it does have a lot of unique experience that I think people who are in Call of Duty who might be bored of just those typical TDMs, those S&D matches, might be interested in getting into. And even though it isn't a BR or it isn't an extraction shooter, the way that they switch it up is so unique that you can't help but kind of like this game a lot. It looks good. It plays good. It's so different than anything else coming out right now. So just because it wasn't something that I would play, I definitely can't ignore the fact on how good of a game it actually is. Who knows, maybe down the road I'll be playing the finals a whole lot more. It definitely took me by surprise. I definitely didn't think it was going to be one of my favorites coming out of this all, but it was something that I enjoyed thoroughly. And that's not to say that I didn't have fun playing Siege and Apex. All these games were a lot of fun in their own right. I'm sure that once you get into it and once you get more involved, I only played a handful of times on all of these games, so there wasn't really an in-depth feel of it. Obviously with Apex, I've played it a whole lot more, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm sure once you get into it and once you get on with your friends, you're going to have a good time. But I think all these are really good options. Those were just some of my favorites. Let me know down below what you guys think your favorites, or if there's any other games that I'm missing that I need to try, guys. I appreciate you guys checking this out. Let me know what you guys think. Please leave a like, subscribe, and keep those post notifications on so you don't miss any more videos like this one. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.